Hi guys, my name is Zin, and this is maybe Bonsai. This week, or at least today, is a very nice day. I think this whole week it's quite nice. We're in the mid-teens, so in my hoodies, it went down to like under 10 degrees, but this week it's quite warm. So today I'm going to go around my neighborhood and try to collect some maple seeds, and also I'll give you an update on all the seedlings from last year. Well, I tried. I'm back home now, but it looks like the tree doesn't have any seeds this year. I think only one of them had a couple of seeds. It's really high up. I didn't even bother with asking the owner of the house to try to grab it. I guess the seeds doesn't produce themselves every year. It's just like maybe every other year or something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but all those trees, I've been to many houses. I didn't show all of them, but they all had seeds last year, but this year for some reason there's nothing. So anyway, let me give you an update on the seeds from last year that I collected. So they've been growing quite well. It's just back there. So they're all in here. This was the container that I planted them in. And as you can see, some of them is very tall, like this one here is growing really well, really vigorous. And then some of them are not as vigorous, especially, some of these are just like not even half, maybe a quarter of the size in height. So the red ones that you see, these are mostly either the Emperor variety or the cultivar or Blood Good cultivar. But these are, I mean, like people mentioned, they once the seed comes and they start growing, you never know what you're gonna get. So how these grows doesn't mean it's not the same as a parent tree. So it's not good to expect the same thing from the parent. So you can see there's a lot of this came up, and then some of these germinated in the garage and earlier on, which at that time I brought them out, and they probably died, I think, which is fine because I knew there was a lot more that would germinate if I take them out. I just did not want to grow them in the garage. It's just not a good idea. So these, again, these are Blood Goods or Emperor seeds. I'm just letting you know what the original seed was, but once they grow up, who knows what it'll become. And then these ones here, these dissectum looking leaves, they're from that four-finger variety, which I don't even know the name. And there's lots of different kind of, because these are very similar to the dissectum. They're very thin leaves. And then you get the variety of these ones where it's super broad, like it's just big leaves that's coming up, and this is actually growing quite vigorous. And then I think there might be something in between, but no, I guess not. So clearly there's only a few of them, I think maybe 4 or 5 in total, which is nice because I really like these kind of leaves, and I always want to grow one of them as a bonsai and see if it works. So I'm glad that they germinated. So you can see that these are all tied together. They're so close together. I just put them in and let them grow. So they're doing well, but I think next year before spring comes, I have to separate this into different containers just so they can grow, because a lot of these are just, the ones that are inside or really close to other trees doesn't grow as well. They're much smaller. And these are the first year. This is the first day they germinated and grew. So it's great that we have this. So hopefully next year they all survive. Sometimes the first year they germinate, second year they just die off from them for whatever reason. I'm hoping that most of these will survive. Some of the second year seeds that I have was on the other side. So for this these ones over here, I think they didn't grow from seed. I just collected the seedlings from just neighborhood yards. There was a few to begin with, but some died. This is their second year full growth, full second year, sorry, after this, after you know, once we hit winter. But you can see this is 2 years old. I mean, it's like my finger width. So this one is a lot more vigorous than the others for some reason. I think eventually I'm going to cut it here, so take that as the leader. But yeah, like that's growing really well. And then these guys, they look like first year seedlings, but they're actually second year, about to be finished. This is also I think a second year. I don't remember. It might be a first year. Actually, this is the first year, so it didn't grow that big. And you know, I don't know. Some seedlings seem to grow a lot, some doesn't. So that's all of the seedlings update from last year. So yeah, I'm glad that a lot of them germinated. So this year I'm going to, even though I didn't get any seedlings from here, from my neighborhood, but I did collect some. Last week at the Toronto Botanical Garden, which was the Toronto Bonsai Society show. So these are Amur maple seeds, I believe. Yes, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if these are viable or not because they're all dried and they're still on the tree when I got them. I'm just not sure what state I should be expecting when I get them, when I collect them. But these are, you know, they look dry, but they're on the tree. So, and then these are just, I think they're either Emperor or again blood goods. I don't remember. They had different varieties there, but only some has seeds. So I do have these to plant, and I'm going to put in one of these containers. In this container here, this is some, I don't know, some random stuff that grew. I think these are just like wheat or something that was in the you know, when my in-laws sift rice before they cook, some of the stuff gets sifted and started growing. Anyway, I'm going to remove this and then I'll plant it in this small container. There isn't that many seeds, so we'll see where it germinates. Okay guys, I prepared the container, and it's simply just, I just removed all that stuff, and then the soil I kind of moved around a bit. I'm going to put the seed on this layer, and then I'll put more soil on top. It's the same as what I did last year. And then I'll leave this outside until probably it gets to like -5 or 10. I'll bring it into the garage, and I'm going to try to avoid watering it because I don't want germination while it's in the garage. It's no good. It's just a waste of time. So I'm going to try not watering it until, you know, probably April or March. I'm going to bring it outside and then I'll water a bit and then just let the environment take over. So I'll get the seeds and just spread them out. I'm going to plant the seeds in the all the seeds in the same container. I have tried, you know, you don't have to spread them out too much because I have a bit of seeds here. I've tried putting these in the ground, and every year it just, nothing comes up. I've tried 2 years in a row and nothing grows. And I'm not sure if it's because, you know, critters or birds or squirrels or something that gets them, or if it's too cold, maybe the seeds just don't grow. I don't exactly know what the reason is, but it hasn't worked for me, so I'm not going to do that again. So that's all the Japanese maple seeds. And now we have these Amur maple seeds, which I'm not sure if it's viable or not because they're so dry. But we'll find out in the spring. So that's what it looks like. Not, you know, doesn't look like much. I'm going to get some soil and then I'll put on top, and hopefully we'll get some germination next year. This soil I'm going to put on top, it's just regular gardening soil. It's nothing special. It's actually from Costco. And you can use any soil. I don't think it matters, to be honest. The whole germination process, you know, at least for these guys, the soil doesn't really matter too much. You just got to make sure it's buried, not too deep, but not too shallow either. So I think I'm putting about an inch or two of soil on top, but this soil, it'll compact once it gets watered. Again, I'm not watering them. I'm leaving these outside for now, and the environment will take care of the watering. Okay, so I think that's enough soil. So I don't know, there's about probably 40, 50 seeds. No, probably not that, maybe like 30 to 40 seeds in there, which half of it, I'm not sure if it's going to germinate at all. And they're Amaranth maple seeds and Bloodgood, and we're Emperor cultivar Japanese maple seeds. So we'll have to wait till the spring. Hopefully it comes up. So yeah, that's how I'm going to do this this week. There's nothing else to do, to be honest. Everything is going to dormancy. Leaves are dropping, changing colors, you know, very beautiful. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching.